Ebusia me Premotobre Kasee na se ewo seshiyo so bonten so na ne esie wo ho ne se omanfo a wo mo ewo seshijabo so mansinim ewo Western North mantam nim ekire se no wo mo entwen emma obi nye fama nyame ana se yemfa ne ko post station bia afisa kromfo no wo mo abre won pa na wo mo ye mo ba ma ne bi wo ho no de eye ne na kromfo na to ahye won so no awia won konti se de wo mo afa won ho adwen ene se obi obeba be wia won wo sa kwan ne so no ene Kinkran womo so babo naku no Adom Kasee ene wono mu atontonfo yi bia twetwe nkomo no de tu justice sei akronfo no taeta wono mu so no abro so dodo esanse wotimi kura bo wura won so to mu a obewia mobafo ane boden pa ene ho akade bi afensi wototo sere mensin the police command unit committee members ene ahemfo a ewo dwabo so se wono enhya hobambo se mu kena ewo mensin se de be ya krono bo we nyina etubetwa ode sanse mu etu dwa wabra akronfo yi be bato hye enipa ba akoso efa mobile phone oha efri ne ho
ya tonfo so no de esi akronfo no hare okurum ha pa Jama is here the bamboo one thing, especially ya ton phones on it, the threat, and I know man the way here. You back who cry a how. The normal corner. I know them because you see I'm every say a bank bossy and wakoji, say you be Adom now, man, and normal autonomous when you be and now what a fan no man, as I say, through and yes, skaki to a bra. Now, think I won't know chase any pana branca then away. Although yet behind them, my police bat. You do baby now instant justice and also I hear you neighbor man. Also, because you see a near thing.
Who say, baby, no, Pronono, or mobile by a trustable with a tear, but one also personal, no, yeah, do baby, and yes, answer, Agene, or can be so. One say, a drew baby, beat me here, what dear man, show not come up, and to say, no, say, who knew be a ukra akumapa wan hwa wo so nipa ni mo ebia kwan de nipa be fa so no ebia
enwachi na Adom Kasee ene omanfo bi e wose hwedwabo so twetwe nkomo no de nsema hudu bi etudwa
ntie na ababa wa wo ti wanya osika kakra onfa nkoya adefon wo de bobo bra wa fa no ma gusto watum wakwa akoda ade be chi wo beba kwan na akobusa no anese akromfo na abewia but nti nya me de santa ni nyina obi be kasa de me be mo police for ade say ahun bambo no me gidi say wo fom ene na ekoso efiti nyenne bebre kwa amnantie me omabo fom wanya be bia biom stonia beko container na yetwa but me de me didi nyane say police for na amom ne so a ye mnante na ekrom ya de mra be se ensem
krono na akoso woda mkra na omatwa gate na omawura ho me da ho ma atwa gate ato torch ato me so anko mba wiame sene mada be 12 something kamada anko mu wiame pasa
krono bone de ekoso okrom ha pa na emom nkrofo bi no motu omo asi ho a omo pese omo yeden omo sei amanfo nyuma pese omo ba amanfo ofom ba eno so emwa
Premotobre Kasee da so ade wujina Western North mantam no emu na aposi fo a wosa important ho no won kanifo ene DCOP ochre boapia na opani chese wo mo abo akronfo mienu bi etuo ewo sui forest no emu ni nyane sesa akronfo e wo mo awia ahyen beye se ensia a won sika ene wakade de wo mo fa ko ene no na wo ti so akronfo ne tutuo na aposifo ne so atonte nam so ma akronfo mienu de wo mabo won tuaku
Shrebuapia ena oye DCOP ewo posifo adwuma ekonimu a wowo atoye atifi mantem do na ene nsam a wode ato Adom Kasee enim se akronforanfo bi a ebra aposifo adwuma ekoi enam se wobo enkofon ban wokohia omun akronfo ehyaase etutu etu emom nso etubi wei enenam so asabre de etu no eka akronfo mienu asabre wato anananom ewo ensie do
ase anopai ahomachi bese no nine ena bi efre yi asutri se cars bia alodu free sui eba anya dream ROBBERIES jinaom robo na sisa wana me friend patriotism no edu ho no omo awrobo passengers no awie ama omo epa omo to gu car no ba ema kan nipa miensa na ba ko kan pa na sese oya bewu ti yesi bienu eko Sefia Safo Hospital enti ko for no trese omo awura Israel forest bi suga omo ekise yese be mani mu atete no si so be mani mu enti omo se police aben omo no omo so trese na ye be so me hoko se omo so ya hoko nti afi no omo mu akai omo yese ni omo so e di tuo be gu police force na tuo ka omo a nya no a se omo akamu
enema bia aposifo eyi free akromfo yi ho eye AK47 tetefon ani sika sabrede wode emu mienu no akoto sehwiwe so aban ayaresabia ewo honom a oguso eye enhwehwemu afa ho
Premotobre Kasee de wo ko etifia toye mantam no emu Ali Bukari ena waye kasamafo edema New Patriotic Party anase NPP amanyoko no a ewo sa etifia toye mantamimo na wo kyerese sese no se wote ase na nkwa wonimu a na ye nyame adom fi sede pabonfo bi pese won bekunu no wone won tam kwan no na nhyada nwasa a woto ne tuo enei woda so a etiase de kobaye no Kasee yi kyerɛ umuye
Ali Bukari oye MPP amanyoko no communication director ewo etifi atoye mpotemu honoma anka enkofo bi edi etuokogu ne so a wagene nkwa afri ne nsem ene wakasa ne nsem a woka ne se eye nyankopon pa na edi ne ho afofie tina sabrede odeso ewo enkwa wotiasi
suspects to justice.
An incident that happened to me, it has happened to other people. It is likely to happen to some other people. And so it is only fair and it is only proper that the security agencies, particularly the police, embark on a very good, investigation and then come out with measures that will curtail this unhealthy development in our
Posi kasamafo a owo honum Gideon Boaten ede ne de aka ensemi hu bi se de opanyi ede asemi ebeda omu sabrede wode waso etoto fom na wa hye enhwehwemu ase a se nipa bonefo obeyi omu aba enche kra.
It's unfortunate that no incident of such has been recorded, that police intelligence led us to the hospital today. This regional commander himself, DCOP Mr. Francis Abonyako, himself went to the hospital together with his crime officer and some his officers, and we found out that the man was treated and discharged. Yet we are conducting investigations. The intelligence gathered initially was that the people were believed to be Fulani extractions, and we are making effort to track them along the way. Were believed to be Fulani.
Dr. Patrick Kumabwaje ena oye kwankyerefo pani a oda Ghana Health Service adwumakuna no na opani kyerese COVID-19 yade na sama ne homne so ewo ne kase mu wo mamu biemu ana kyese ye Ghana fo binom fa kase no a ena waso odin ti hyehyede a yedidi COVID-19 no so bi betwe no kwafiri ho no omawfo enni so enti na amana kobanisa
Ghana Health Service de ababe tudwa se akade a amanfo dodo na ede share one ho a yede kon eye yarewa ye friend say COVID-19 no say no percentage no edu 6% na say amanfo dodo na wono enyusu sa akade ya yede kon sa yarewa yi ene de Adom TV aba be pie mu ewo bebi a amanfo eta afro woni hyen ewo new plan station echiwo eye Odona station aha ye nhwe amanfo dodo na wono afro car wono enhye nose mask na ye ne ebimo atwetwe nkomo ka ye simechi eye ka eko eye kolebu shalom ye ra inside na ye ne ebimo edi nkomo mama betina kam medium she nose mask sister ye otimi nchen on she nose mask na onu kura se cameras intino omo be se omo hwe camera ni ntomo de omuti esisi ho enam se omo nhye nose mask papa ye wo mi nchen menene ntwetwe nkomo akra eja ye hu se wo nhye nose mask And we say no kwan ekosro surprise ebetimi kra ba ne say the lockdown be samba dey na kafa.
Oh ampa otimi ba no sa because me dey no me kita was me ba no where the two for from say me to say me nya fufu a na ma to fufu asia asa na ma ko bi na me ko
see how to came out yo nje see how nkite bi yo be ndey so ato atwe
o say me nya say me je ko me nya bi ko akofa
I'm say ododo omo ma kan de omo hye nose mask I'm say papa ba ko ete front ha onu so nhye me ne ntwetwe nkomo omo ye mienu kura say yarewa covid na asan kosoro biem nose mask yi won hye bi e de ntia
le minyin ni se bibisa o nje na menhye no enu nje na menhye
ni se covid no
mbachwane
na de wubo a central for Ghana Health Service for Kenya ni na sto nyini
o madwen chire ndia
wadwen chire ni se
o madwen chire no si e wo ho mesu mi gidi si ni ho mbacho
you don't you ready so be sheda
oh ndey ni ba de obewu nti mi de mfa me
and I want to nose mask
oh me sha me feel free cry. That's the reason why. Sometimes I do wait, but sometimes too then.
Not just one on a card here, almost back also a back seat. On soon nose mask no way. Meaning come. Nose mask, way. May or your call, so you continue in those masks and I draw so ever.
Abusia Premotobre Kasee na ogoso a wo hwe no wo Adom TV so no enkrato mre na edru so na enkrato no achi no meka omampani kane mampani John Dramani Mahama wo aprobom ewo asantemantemo ehon semacho eno eye kokromoti power monsem Mr. Otweme me basisia Abusia meda sekase pa sawie wo hwa Adom TV Premotobre Kasee na kokromoti power monsem no say ena me hyase Kane chochofo edema New Patriotic Party and ase NPP amanyoku no eye Owura Kwabena eje Japan na ekosi senso dwumadie so na wo ka se Owura John Dramani Mahama ye nei wo se Ghana fo nsa antonyom frɛ no no krodwe ho awonte ase fi se mfisia wo tweton na Ghana fo de tumi ehye ne nsem nso wa fa so de bia mre Ghana enti se ya wo se Ghana fo nsa anto abama no ya wone nam krofo kromo bonto odwe ho ba bia awonte ase
You say from 2008, Mampeni Kasee on the Oba, Nyankopon and Adom free senior high school. At that time, Mahama say, "Any possible? Siken who are beating the eye, it will be a cry 20 years." Is that not the position? In politics, leadership is about being decisive and being clear on what you can't be wavering. National health insurance. In fact. One free parliament, no count. So them John. Yaba, Yashisha the NT, and then who say what can be no more advert be made TBB about national or say be free health, your insurance on
the primary health care.
But say almost cast on by one
time payment
health
insurance.
So you see, this one is a very special election. Is an election between two people who have had record. Enti mama onye nipa foforo na wabaka se me ba me yesi. Na se wonya 8 years, dey na we. Ada na wanye. Because we had himself for the first 3 years, Professor Mills, he wasn't very well. So you were virtually in control of the country. Now was a full time. You've had 8 years already at the helm. Enti and now Mitiso Kase, the basis for free and Ukra National Identification Authority.
Yes.
Okay, I must say. 2007 na Mr. Kufo de buy. Almost one month penny. Me say dun ketia radio so. Me kra me kase look yenya na abefo manka electoral commission for sika omo waste no. And who need so because abrochi your solid database, solidly designed, very such that the software would migrate you onto the electoral register once you touch 18. So, it is so that electoral commission, more database, or do I left it near the near troll letter, or near troll, so where the 18 to me to aba. Some of them children. All because the main database here, National Identification Authority. At the time. Electoral Commission for so far so say Juma confusion near the and I just I didn't install it. And then you buy after 8 years or man you buy within a year a registration and say I was shocked, say close to 70% of those Omukra, it means that people have bought into it. So you started 207 no man you say Ghana DNA identification card so yeah people so see people and therefore be home and so the politics room say me that delay by now and the results are until when you castle party be an as a man penny a visionary difference no and now you know idea was in any company and then you cannot come and use that as a basis for your flagship program. Or flagship program or they by health, no, based on National Identification Authority. Most
Wo ekosi sen dwumadie ya so asempa na engineer Kwabena J Japan saka se kane owura mahama kra na mamu apenso no adwuma bia wo ye ma Ghana bia na wo de sika sam kontabuo bata ho a na emfa ba bibia fi se ba bi te se Dubai ya circle interchange on friend Dubai no na Saglemi housing project na fe Kumase airport runaway no ani nyina wo de ehun kontabuo sie ni a na chese sika sam de womo afa nya adwuma papa bia owo owura mahama penso.
Asphalt work, you just go and lay asphalt at the Kumasi airport and put lights along the runway to allow for night landing, and you tell the country that it's $29 million US. That was building a new full airport in Ethiopia.
But Ethiopia is not Ghana.
I know, but I've been to Ethiopia. And I know what airport they are talking about. And I know the airport. I worked there as a young engineer in 1991, supervising slurry seal works on that same runway when Limex Bar was in Kumasi. And that the length of that runway does not exceed 1.95 kilometers. I've walked it physically with a true meter. And across it is 45 meters. What kind of asphalt overlay? Is it 200? Definitely it's not 200. Even if it's 150, 150 mm, it cannot be more than $9 or $8 million. For Christ's sake, no amount of mathematics can give you that kind of figure. Not only that, go to Saglemi housing. $250 million. You remember they took that loan for that?
200 million actually. $200 million.
$250 million. For how many units?
1,000.
No. It was for 5,000 units.
Sorry, 5,000 units. Yes.
And then with some hideous restriction, they say, it can only build 1,000. And even that 1,000, I don't think it's properly completed. So what are we talking about here? So when I talk about we are better managers of the economy, I know what I'm talking about. As for value for money, they shouldn't come. The circle interchange. Have you seen Pukwasi? Pukwasi is far more complex than circle.
But that is, I made former president this question. And he made the point, cycle, the overhead stretch, and the longest we have in this country, still you cannot just look at it from
they are doing a similar one. They are doing a similar one at Obeche Bilamti. It's the same contractor. In fact, the president broke the ground only last year. Right now, the first phase is complete. The overhead is done. There's a second one that is going to Kolebu that should come next year. Now they just need the asphalt surfacing, and that road is done. You add that, Pokwasi interchange is the second, four-tier interchange in the whole of Africa. There's one in Durban. 4-tier with complex surroundings and bypasses. You know, you look at that, you add that to this court, to the one in Tamale, and the cost of the one in PTC, all put together, doesn't match up to Circle. What kind of mathematics are we doing here? What are we talking about? Please, let's not get there. We are technical people. That's my work. I've done work in this, we call the Odor Basin.
Yeah.
Where Champs, maybe a Champs one, if I say.
Champs, Cycle,
Champs, hotel, I did the geotechnical, Paloma, I did the geotechnical investigation many years ago, the early 90s. Not only that, Unibank head office, 8 years for garage. I've got pictures of I drilled the boreholes there. I've done a lot of engineering work, so I have borehole locks that cover what we call the Odor area. How can anybody trick us with anything?
But Cycle, for example, as an engineer, when you details of that project,
I know the project.
I
know the project because I'm an engineer. I know that project. You cannot tell me that project cost more than all these four together. There's no value.
And make engineering sense.
No, it doesn't. Of course, even one. Pokwase is even more complex than it. I'm saying that even if you put it alongside Pokwase, you look at the elements, Pokwase perhaps should even cost more than that.
Abusua Kasee wo hwere wa Adom TV so na Premotobre de yenkwa santemantemo na ye hwede ekoso fise ora John Dramani Mahama ewo aprobom ewo sa mantam yemu ye ne KWAME ANUM eni enkomo na yemisa ne se hefa potin na wo moaduo wo musi edikan atese obekọ ahafoano south east ahafoano north ahafoano south west atwema nwabiaja na afi oforikrom KWAME mpacha otemenka ma hai
Diamond Majors
Medase so ajeme so na say no hefa pote na what dey aprobo na kwa kodu
Amo meni okasa ya fe na mampeni dada ndc Premotobre John Dramani Mahama every airport every channel airport any ne ko abesiwa ewo afano south state ye hwe se oni resident and community no among community ho ebe tutin ko wana se obeton the People's Manifesto, message is so. Yeah, I can say answer on it, Zongo community. I promote Zongo. Now, almost Zongo to be there to think about a bit of one I have on. And the no Catholic, yeah, I'm quite sure, yeah, for a bit of one. Now, I'm not saying a Santimantin, no, ruling government, no stronghold. And the I another man that combined said, Omodi, then the IFX base, and Omodi airport, reading them. As I'm saying, more target be a person who, in terms of food, and I say, a moment of how a sentiment, you know, and so I'm somebody's education. And now, someone who can cut and a prayer, Modi, one another from Copa, your mind diet, which in the next everything I said, I'm was through.
Okay.
I said, come home and be on your way, but maybe not to you. As I said, if you are maintaining that one to be a more mission to fire, and I can come on with the family. Free National Apprenticeship Program. All the Baster, all these and the human aircraft, you know, they can themselves a manifesto promise, I'm a Lebanon war. Yes, actually, I'm not free people there, technical vocational education now, so you are district. Yeah, they share them to say, I can want them up, I'm a Santimine. That's sometimes this push infrastructure development or see on the back. They share them to say, and then any go after one for the show and then on your vegetable sample. And so we know that and now I call South State.
Joe, KWAME yati ase na de ye hu ye TV so ye bra na mampani dada Mahama bedu ye no said ye emafo ebos gene so no covid na so mampani ama yati ase se ama ne hom ne so pacho ho hyehye ye de kuatia no bibi sade da na kwam
the American Go if I say percentage wise, say share go for share no smart. About share opinion, then supporters in percentage, make up 30%. So what do na and share no smart, no na on say crowd no efforts for not crowd and share endorse. The on say social distancing no so na idea and ya you no do. But because crowd no endorsement no and idea na go for about this to be free if me can say COVID-19 protocol, almost be anti-CE. Now, we have some protocol set almost so someone this year and no smart. Get to be a template. Our efforts on the diamond
Okay, you kwamete monam kwaso ko abesiwa de moni nyame nkomrade ebesibia no na wama ye ne ahwefo nso ache. Mesomeda se wo se ne kwame anum anyata ne di nkomo odi mampani kane mampani John Dramani Mahama na probo echi ewo ahafo anom potemo na fe ode beba bewie nwabiaja ne fori kromo no wo asante mantemo wo ensem fofromo so eye kokroboti power mo nsem no nipa wo gina se content crawl ene ede apre mampani di brewa fi abato nim no eye Alfred Kwame Esiedu Walker na wono so asha probo asia na emom ne nsem bia Walker no se asem ku ekura wa wo ton de amagana fo ma wato so aba na watumi abaye mampani no hweso ne kasa asem no na emom se bia atemdidie ne ensem bia betwitwi obi na de basabasa ye beba de obi a wo bonto bia pritumi wa fi abato mo no ontwe ne homfre ho.
Opanyi Alfred Kwame Esiedu Walker oko kwantenkro ewo Ghana mampanyi abato nimu ena enei wode ato amanyoko ina enimu se so bibiara ekọ ento aba kasetwitwie ene enema ense no emomo emfa enka won kasa ho esanse Ghana de asomdwe eno bibiara ehwehwe wode sa ensemi atudwa ebra woni na chitaafo ene na bedi atwe ekosra gamanche ene omanfo a owo honum wode ato Ghana fo inara enimu se sese de ebra so se Ghana esesa omampanyi abato nim ne saa inti ana wo se obibia se obia ento abama no
o 7 de mano say yina yempe troubles bia yempe violence bia ne yempe peace. After all, competition bia obaku be lose no baku a win. It's part of life. Into ye bibia o say obi hwe na edokwa ba wo lose ya kofi na kotrafie we no celebrate ya kabum as one Ghana. And until a year movement, your friend United One Ghana movement.
Taki tekwa otosumi no enso ade afuto ama Ghana emebunu nyina se Ghana ebekọ abato epunu sidie asomdwe ena obi biara ehwehwe ne sa enti obiara ema asomdwe enye adwuma.
We want a peaceful election. And we are saying that to the youth, we are very particular. Don't let anyone engage you to create any chaos or violence. The moment they want to contract you, you must ask them where their families are, where their children are. If their children are not part of the package, please disengage immediately. Let us keep the peace. Let us keep the peace. Let us make Ghana one.
Ebusia kokroboti power mo nsem na mgoso amedesmo na nso ahwefo chefa eso ho hia yeye wo kase mo ntimede so hanum se na afa yakọ Adom trotro damte tobia ewo adenta race ene Ghana fo bi edin komo damte mpacha otemenka to aso.
Okay. Yo, my lady D, me da se oba fe me da enesi aso Adom trotro se ne da ye no ne na be pie mu wo I am Adenta Race Junction. Now over here, o show me left and right. I am obi a she news ni bebre. O be so mo che o madwen. Yen semre no mama sha so free minsa nifa so na me ne opani ba ko to. News no she bebre. The na be so o che wadwen fa. Ye fro say.
E frem yebo. Na COVID no. Ati se COVID na ba ni say niam no. Yes, akoye se COVID na wa ha. But Ghana ha pa the African miniature so COVID na wa ha say. Until they should give us a break. No, I don't know. I'm on my feeling free bets. You go about your economic duties. They should let us rest. Well, I said, Matis, 1 person more year, another lockdown is in a man. Ghana and US. Oh, you ain't in woo, you ain't in Wusa. What am I say? I do more and so. It's in the Adom TV, no. Into Yarin and until they should give us a break. Oh, sad.
Mr. Frame Joseph Yabua. Now, the Empress can say, Yarano, Eho. In the sense that we don't change the winning team. Yarano Koya could do thousands of people being infected. But among for Jan no smacks channel, CC assign a pejab of firm beam. Until the message say, Essence Horentino, Yen San Coso, Nayan share your nose mark said by Yaran a bit few of my mukra. That also be made the Animum Casema, Yen Rakan Japan, Neripa, the Wakana Yamefe, a Yame dance so. Since our Central MP. o se dwumadie no court na ombesi no nkromu no NDC for na hyase e na on so abeto so. I think say this is patriotism. We ne Ghana ni man papa. Sanse Ghana sika bebre ahye nwuma mu sanse enye political party bi na hyase no ba na ya to no mpan which is emwa. Enti se watimi aboa ama court no timi as to establish. I think say it is credit as the ma papa no na obi anhwe nsua no se de be ya o man no ye betimi atumpon.
Yo yeda say opening ubobodi no acha
pato mi se afremi akoto na misumi kanfa ye papa ken de no ho sanka politicians ni nyina betimi ati say papa ken a anka me fi se Ghana be koye nim sa wo ba na sa wo nua ya bona ba so se o dia me nua ye ni na yen koye nim because e kroni ye nyina ye pani ye etimi me bon pa se dia ye papa ken aye obi a hwe so MPP ye ba dia ye ni NDC dia ba dia ye ni na yen to aso ni yen koye nim me da say
yeda say opening ubobodi no acha
Fremi Obed na mpese mi girl na amroba no korura ni dem na no say on massage ni bema na bi girl no ne hia say ko benya nka on hwe ni ba bia ene ne chi ni nanimu nyina on hwe ni nyina na nipa boni nye but guy ni de omo chi na omo jeli ni yie munjeli ni ye pa e da Kennedy so ase.
Okay. Chief, obeto.
Yo, monsieur frère me kwabna le bi ansa. Na me pes kakra me kan fa orege no a o be ma okrofo kan se won ta frère ne be ma ho no. Wa ja no kura. Ah, na san ka wo wi na say na de ka so cover ho nyina. No hu say yes na say say nanti ama ye mpa adwuma. E so da kro no fu bia na ye bo. Afi so kakra me kan ka ho no kere Japan. Wa ya de obi ate so no wo mai mu anka ye mre. Ti kakra mpesa me kan no.
Opening ubobodi no acha.
Mesome di Solomon Somoa kakra me kan say de na ye wula ye former general secretary kan kwabra Japan kan no me for so say as a politician there e was say unya bibi e wo ho a at least you politics to nchan a obetimi di adidi since say obewie school foforo do ho ahye amanyosem mu say asumi say amanyosem ni ni ho a untimi nya hwe na so say wo bibi a wo ya wo de bedidi a ukọ opposition kura na ema ehu beble meto so na nam se woni bibi yenti ufa amanyosam nti se owuo ni nkwa eno na de anibele ba enipa ni bia fa se ni nua ya bibi a na se wo se onya ne se obekum no kura na okum no na so nka wo ya politician na nka wo adwuma bi ya beside e bia wo politics na wo ya na ema wo party bapa wo amapa wo you still moving the life on.
Okay, yeah, that's lady di ya last person e fa nimcha. Open
Yo, me das mi nua me so ye frame Prince of Riado me kasa free raise junction ha no mo. Kakra mpese me kan ye onabo kene Japan. District court na omko bi o asimfo su no. Wo ma ye hu se ye ka se MPP ya de a NDC ba me meto aso NDC so ya de a MPP so ba o meto aso no. Ene no ni nyina na ma ye hu se wana bukene Japan tu na num tu se NDC na shase ye ba MPP ba ye no o ma hwe se NDC na be ye nto mo nto aso mo de osi ayeyo ama mo so ato aso mene asimfo so anya den anya district court ndika kra metimi aka ne se sa we na we ye mu na ye mento aso meto aso no ene no nka mo nyina hwe no kra wana bukene Japan wa den aka no so na nka ye nyina so ye nyi sa de nya den emfiri o man na efi se ye yifiri o man mu a ye nyina so ye benya so osompa ma aboa o man yi medase.
Yo, yes, that's it. Over for Lady D. And then Adom Church on Hani Dibesi. Now, should I make me cameraman guess why I want now? And maybe I do the Jola Teneka and say, over to you. What will share your studio near yet? Yeah, Bebo Marca said, yeah. Away.
I was your for Ghana for be and our match wadrin wa Adom Church so no dam tetobia eda semester cheme and krato ye chimidiko kromoti power mon semino ebeto also. Abusia medase ene womrametwa Premotobre Kasee na so kokromoti pa mo nsam de akamonim na yenko doma central bato mpeso aso na ema bia womo ewo NPP amanyoko nima wo frɛ won ho se ladies for NPP ena wo ka cha amanyofo se wo sre won se ba no amanyosem mu atutra sem a ya na womo a wani tatututo won sempa ye ma ne mofra enti basabasa yo bi obi abo ne chimu po e de twan ya fi ya bato no epempen so ni brem ni akiri no wonwe ema ene mofra ho na wonya isayo
Onimu ma wo doma mfimfin na enei wode adesrede ato amanyuko nyinara animu se Ghana eba beko abato epunu si se amanyuko bi epese woye basabasa ewo Ghana wosre won bebre se wonwene emma ene emofre wo Ghana ho ansa na waye bibibia edi oye ne beba no charity Adamwa na woda won ano na woni ensentwofo etwetwe nkomo no ensem bi okaye ene se
se edra batuo na se sakasaka ye bia ba ye ma ne ye bre nkwala bre obatan wudwane a na se woka se wo fa obedi echi a enye possible intini ye ne ye ma ne nkasa ne ehu se politician bia frɛ o se kone kwa ye sakasaka ye wo police station bia de obeka chen se mintimi nye se opese me nkode ne ye se ode obadi mechi ne ye ko intini ye be sre se ye kura ebe Ghana no de ekoso wo ho no enye fe inti Ghana for yesremo doma central ladies for yesremo intokwa de nya de Ghana ha se yepe
Nana efia ameya na wugina mu ema oba ahema wo doma mfimfin na ono nso ensam a wode eto Adom Kasee animuni
ne ntia ya nana ma ahemafo se bi yebo nanado ene yewura kwakwa adwuma manu achi dom ne se nyamia ne muni obi atwa opempuntuo opa ne bapa ade asetina papa bra sabi yenchiri ma ye nananom ye ma nyamia ne sa papa yi nanado ani kwakwadwa manu on na pamfo nyamia ne no kwan omode domaman ana wiase nyina Ghana omode ye fa so no ye ni je ho
eje pepra na se ukọ abato mpesua ne so boye electoral area coordinator na wode ato omanfo anim se ohwe se de Ghana ban ne MPP amanyuko no aboa Ghana ayudum so afiri ho afei so yade coronavirus ba ye Ghana ban atimi aso ano a Ghana fo bebre eti asene de sabre de ebre aso se omanfo enso ebetimi ato aba ama MPP amanyuko no de ada won ase
nyame ni yina na domaye wo pese na wasi manage COVID no the whole Africa put Ghana first on the ladder. Say Ghana na to manage COVID. O we say na wasi aye no. And the countries bi say no busi ye no 40 na. Nyame ni yina na do maye. Say omra ma eden. Omra ma gie. Nti domafo, doma ABC, doma Central, doma East, then doma West. Ye de nanado. Ya wiata so say ye danase, ye de ambato we e danase.
COVID-19 coronavirus yare no asama ne homene subio ewo wiase aman bi so ma kamia yo se Ghana kra so e de na de chi ade se na kwa na ekosoro na saade no enyina akọwie se Ghana fo bi a wo ma wani na ho na enhyehyede a wode kotia no won bedi so pepepe ne santi ama mampani adodanko akufuado wo tete pa
Ebra na nado danko akufuado ekasa ewo COVID-19 ni fa etoso du enkrono de tudwa ekyiremu se enipa pinu a eni hyehye pa ode abu akwan mu ode kotia COVID-19 enemanu so mane tudwa ekyiremu se huni kwa bepie a wonhye face mask ne yade a enya de ebegie atum ne mra wo se ne udi no enu bedi ne pepepe nanso onipa kasa de ma NDC amenyeko na bedi ekyire ewo asante mantemu ha oro Alex Asafo Agye atudwa ekyiremu se
omampani I lose the moral authority to be accusing or sharing blame about how I lose the fight against COVID-19 because ono akasa lose some moral authority na abra ne party koye omo primaries egada nipa ukruma ye nyina ye hu bia na omo nam street so a omo jubilate over the candidates bia omo win omo parliamentary primaries said here na previously wache asofo mienu bi so omo bubu COVID protocol so ama ye do omo ko afiase ye hu omo a police fo wache omo okwan ma ye so omo anhye mask ya ma omo ti gatam ene ade anu apanish bi mu pen ne party fo bubu so wanyu bia bibia no na se wo mampani no to make sure say law enforcement ye adwuma no untimi enforce wa wo begina na wo begina TV so na wo be ka kire me ne wo do we have that power to enforce the laws
ni nyina mu nkita ndi bofotene de ma NPP amenyeko no asante mantemu wura kwasi chen enso de atodwa achem se entoabo ene health work ahodo ekoso ewo omaigen mu no ene COVID-19 ne kwa ekoso no eni twaka bia
for sata ma health work na di banyina no na markets were open na ba bia nipa kododo no anu ye market health work ye one day adwuma bi na nipa ko anti market no wo ho sata market ye adwuma kofa not fan say KGT market ye adwuma tamale market ye adwuma makola ye adwuma awochi ye adwuma abrobrozi ye adwuma there were people there but we have to continue say but say to us say yeah the protocols na ye kan ye dey be adwuma I don't know the most important thing
ebra aka kakra bi ne ekokoto aba nkrofo ye health talk ahodo nkrofo ye rallies ahodo yi ebe den na wotumi ayese nyema we nyina ontietia covid-19 enhyehye ya yede egu akwan mu ede boye ho ban yi so obi dehye ofori amanfo de amane boy efri asante manteman krokumase.
Abusia kokromoti pa munsem no esi na sesia de yensaka aye pesa wonso onya otefa ene se NDC amanyoko no eye ensentrofo ehyiemu wo NDC one headquarters a ewo enkra General Mosquito chochofo penny de amanyoko eguso a wokasa misro tie no kakra.
State drawing that congratulations. Indeed, the fact that President Akufo-Addo himself blessed this shady Ajapa Day from the beginning and continues to affirm his confidence in his cousin, the finance minister, even in the face of overwhelming evidence of corruption against him, speaks to his complicity in the whole Ajapa scam. The evidence shows that President Akufo-Addo was the very person who approved the stinking deal and supervised illegal payments made to companies owned by his cousins and their cronies in flagrant violation of our laws and against the national interest. President Akufo-Addo was the chief mastermind and promoter of the shady Ajapa deal. That is why he cannot punish any of his appointees who is found culpable with this shady deal. This is why we in NDC continue to take on President Akufo-Addo by exposing the pervasive cronyism and nepotism that he has been superintending over. Nepotism and corruption are inseparable bedfellows. Nepotism will always breed corruption.